Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. So today we are going to do the Adweshta and the Maitri Bhava meditation. So in order to get into the meditation, first we need to, before getting into the meditation, we need to try to understand what is the Dveshta awareness, and then we have to bring the Atma Bhava, then only we can get into the meditation. The meaning of the word Dveshta is the one who perceives duality. Meaning of the word Adveshta is the one who does not perceive the duality. The word duality is not being used as an idea here. We are actually talking about the actual experience of me and another object which is different from me, such as me and you, me and the book, me and the laptop. So, my life is reality for me, your life is reality for you. So, that is the case with everything and everyone. The life of the tree is the reality for the life. If we chop it down tomorrow, that will be the reality for the tree and also for the different beings. In this way, each one lives in their own reality. So, in living your reality, you begin to form an association with the things that are before you and which you desire. So, the awareness of the me and you creates a relationship initially in the first stage, as in, like me as a daughter to my father, me as a student to my teacher, me as a sister to my brother, like so on and so forth. And because of this relation which we form, we have either attraction or repulsion. The attraction is called in Sanskrit as raga. The repulsion in Sanskrit is called as dvesha. So these naturally comes to any relationship that we possess with a person, with a place, or with a thing, or even with a position. So the inherent quality of the relationship is the raga and the dvesha, which cannot be avoided. So, for example, today I like somebody. Tomorrow, it's not necessary that I can like that person. It may go away too. So, say today I like some object, say a sweet, and it's not necessary that tomorrow I still like it or want it. So today I like a two-wheeler, but tomorrow I feel I need comfort only in car. So that keeps changing. The relationship changes based upon the like and the dislike, the raga and the dvesha, or the attraction and the repulsion. So the attraction and the repulsion are intensified by a nature called as vritti. That is, what is vritti? It is the selfish, self-oriented thought. This is the ego, we can say. Why there is an ego? Because we have a connection with that object. Then we create a desire for that, and that creates attraction or repulsion. And then we become more selfish oriented. And because of the emergence of all this, it is called as a tamasic dimension where I am different from you and from everything else and I am unique. That is what is the feeling that it develops inside you. It is not that I am better than you or better than anyone else, but it is something else. That is, I am different. This differentiation is called as Dvaita, the separation from the world. So, the Dvaita awareness takes one towards the tamasic nature where one feels and experiences and behaves in a way that is opposite to Advaita. That is, the duality creates the absence of the unity among everyone. So the absence that is should be lessened in order to make the mind peaceful and calm. So the absence of this dveshta is where we experience the purity and the clarity. So The more we listen the Dvaita, the less is the separation we will feel, and the less is the Raga and Dvesha, by which we feel the calmness, the unity, and the contentment. So, in order to move into the path of Adveshta, we need Atma Bhava. The Atma Bhava is where our Sri Swamiji Satyananda Saraswati gave a solution. He used the word Atma Bhava to define the progression towards the Adveshta. Atma Bhava means the ability to see oneself in others. So this is exemplified in relation between the parent and the child, because the parent sees the child as their own part, right? That is why they put all their efforts, time, energy in order to bring them up, but they don't do so for everybody else in the world. Throughout the ages, it has been found that the parents and the children have a special link and a connection. So, something happens to the child, the mother is able to sense or feel it. So, she may not know exactly what happened, but she will have a disturbance in herself, in the mind, in the heart, and she might not even know what could have been the reason. So, then she later on realizes, then later on she realizes that this has is because of, yes, that was the moment I was feeling something in myself while that was happening to my child over there. So there is some connection, and the connection is called as the Atma Bhava. So normally Atma Bhava is experienced only with your own people, but not with the strangers. A stranger's child is always a stranger, but your child is always special one with whom you have the connection. So although you have two separate bodies, two different personalities, two different lifestyles, two separate karmas, two separate destinies, but still there is something that makes the identity with that person that you feel as an extension of your own self. And this leads to Adveshta with that person. So that feeling of Adveshta is existing between the parent and the child. Whether their child does right or wrong, you simply smile and accept. And however, the same mistake committed by the adult will become the cause for the strife. So, at one level, you are able to ignore a shortcoming and smile, while at the other level, there is an aggressive confrontation for the same shortcoming. So, with one, you are able to play the role of Adveshta. I can pardon everything that my child does, whereas with the other, it is the Dveshta. So, when you become accepting, it is because you perceive something as a part of your own nature, and when you reject it, it is because you don't perceive that as a part of your own nature. It is not the mistake that you accept or reject, but it is the connection that you established with your child as your own extension. So, how we need to then lead and take it forward to everybody else. The process of Adveshta begins with the concern and the care. Just as in your life connection begins with the concern and the care, that concern and the care in the form of Atma Bhava leads the way to Adveshta. So, in your relationships, there may be attachment, but it can be overpowered by bringing other people in fold of your connection. It is not just two or three people with whom you identify. Anybody whom you bring into your fold and connect with becomes yours through Atma Bhava. When they become yours, there is an Adveshta Bhava. There is no separation between you and them. So, once you have the positive connection, once you have developed this positive quality within yourself, this quality will uplift your mind from the gross to the subtle. So, the tamasic qualities drag your mind deeper into the gross, but the cultivation of the positive quality is the beginning of the Adveshta. So, it is like the collection of flowers to beautify your home, your puja room. So, thus, to attain the state of Adveshta, a conscious effort has to be made to observe the limitation that you have in your senses and in your mind, and then how you hope have the hope and bring the awareness inside you through the practices of the control of the mind and the control of the senses, and to where the rut is in your life. You know which sense expression has to be counteracted by the cultivation of the positive quality and the nature. So, the development of positive quality is the second stage of Atma Bhava, leading to the compassion and the sympathy being the natural expression in your life. So, first stage is where we need to build a positive connection, and then the second stage is where you bring the compassion and the progression with sympathy. So, how we build this compassion, the love, the kind as a natural expression in your life, you make the effort to be extra compassionate, extra kind, extra good, as you don't know how to be in that naturally. You know to desire, you know to get angry, you know to feel proud about yourself, your belongings. You know to feel jealousy about others' progress or their upliftment, whereas you don't have the compassion in you as a natural nature. So you have to try and do it and feel to feel good. Yes, I made the extra effort to be good. So the moment the thought comes, I made the extra effort to be good, it indicates that you are not at all good, meaning it is an indication of your tamasic pleasure, where you say that you are better than some other person. So, to come to the point of Adweshta, first develop the connection which is positive, the cultivation of the feeling that this person is my responsibility, he or she is an extension of me, this or that is an extension of me. Try to cultivate that positive quality in you, and then you attain a state where you can share both the pain and the pleasure of others in your life. Then our Sri Swamiji Satyanandji used to give many hints. He used to say that everyone has their own experience of happiness and pain, and they share them with others to whatever extent they are comfortable. Right? So, however, there are also people who cannot share their pain and pleasure or happiness with anybody because nobody is connected to them. It is there, these lonely and deprived souls who have to be uplifted. It is these lonely and deprived souls who need people who have nobody in their life. So, those who already have content and satisfaction in their life need not encroach upon the effort for contentment and satisfaction that another person is seeking from life. So, to help such people become a part of the life experience, if somebody is sick, know that the person is sick, but also know that the Spirit of God inside the person is sick. So, if a person is hungry, then know that the individual is hungry, but along with the individual, the God is sharing the same experience. So, thirsty, sleepy, suffering, aching, crying, and laughing. So feel the experiences shared among every human being. Therefore, the awareness of God in that person to be felt, and it is my duty or obligation to help them, will indicate haunting that person's life and thereby uplifting their spirit. So, how can we recognize and share the pain of the people who are unable to express it? When we see a beggar on the road, we are able to experience the pain for that person who are crying in the agony, right? So, no, on the contrary, we say, oh, they are the not so useful person for the society. They should all be thrown out. The street should be cleaned of them. Rather than sympathy, we abuse them. We don't see the divinity in them. So we see them as some people, like how we see the germs or bacteria that is existing and have to be avoided. So this is the tamasic drishti we have. So the spiritual vision, sattvic drishti, does not see them as like a germs or bacteria in the society, but as a divinity incarnate, giving you an opportunity to remove that drishti from you and bring the purity in your mind, thereby leading a divine life. So, if that drishti, that understanding is there, that we need not want to tell you all this. We should be doing it already. The need of instruction is because right from the beginning, as people get involved and lost in their own experiences and are unable to maintain the clarity of the vision. Therefore, from the time to time, clarity has to be gained, effort has to be made. This is the concept of Adweshta, the movement from tamas to sattva, from duality to unified understanding. It is a better understanding of interaction between the human beings and the cosmos. This understanding is important for the future of the humanity. So the yama of Adveshta is followed by the niyama of Maitri. Maitri means the friendliness, and the meaning of friendliness is the good connection. The bad connection will lead to strife, and the good connection will lead to deepening the bond of friendship. So, a good connection means there is an understanding and there is no opposition, at least more understanding or less opposition. A bad connection means more opposition and less understanding, indicating more separation. So, the idea of Maitri is to increase the level of understanding so that there is no opposition or confrontation. So, Maitri is possible only when there is an idea of the life of the ideas in the life of an aspirant, where there is one's one's feeling of acceptance of others, one's feeling of positive connection with others, one's feeling of accepting others faults, appreciating their virtues, help them to work on their weakness and strengthen their own strength. So you are, for example, in the meditation, when you are told to observe the mind, you struggle with the mind to make yourself thought free due to a preconceived notion that in order to experience meditation, you have to be thought free. Okay, so therefore, every time you sit down to meditate, you struggle against the mind. You try to stop everything coming to the conscious mind. So, whereas the meditation, whereas it is struggling. So, you are struggling with one state, one's experience, one's activity of the mind for even 10 minutes. So, when you get tired, you bring in another thing, and again, being you begin the struggle. So, I am observing anything. If you have observed yourself struggling, at least have the common sense to stop struggling. The day you don't struggle, you will have the happiest, peaceful, satisfying meditation. So, the day you have a connection with yourself, that day it is deepening of your meditation. So, that is the idea of Maitri, the attitude of friendship. That is, the attitude begins with the self acceptance, not self opposition. Oh, I am thinking bad thoughts. Oh, I have this nature. Oh, I have that bad habit. So, the blame game that one plays with oneself has to stop. For that, you need to use a little bit of Adveshta Bhava towards your own self. The blame game is there when the Bhava towards yourself he is in negative sense, he is in a guilt mode, he is in a complaining mode. So therefore Adveshta and Maitri go hand to hand, go together. If Adveshta is there, then the Maitri becomes simple and easy. If there is no blame game, rather there is acceptance, then the Maitri is achieved. So the foundation of Maitri is the knowledge, the friendliness. Without the jnana will lead you to downfall, and the friendliness with jnana will lead you to upliftment. So you have given a glimpse of the ideas of Adweshta and Maitri, and we will do the meditation now. Now connect with the whole body. See that the body is upright, straight. The shoulders are rolled back and relaxed. You are seated in a meditative asana, whichever is suitable for you. The hands in any mudra of your choice. The whole body upright with the eyes and mouth gently closed. Bringing your breath awareness presently. Being aware of your natural breathing. As you become aware of the breath, see that you have made the breath long, deep, and relaxed with a stable, still, and relaxed body. Now, slowly connect with the eyebrow center and go deeper into it into the Chidakasha. Connect with the Jyoti and take a deep breath. Om. 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 After the three Om chanting, bring to mind somebody you really dislike or someone for whom you're feeling dislike at present. You begin recognizing the dvesha, your aversion, if you want to become adveshti. Now try to recognize how strong the feeling of dvesha is and scale it 1 to 10. Become totally objective. When you pinpoint the quality you dislike, it begins the process of objectivity in your mind. Don't make a general statement that, oh, I dislike that person. Instead, identify what is that you dislike in them. Identify the cause of the conflict that you had with that person. That one quality because of which you dislike that person. Now, in the second stage, list all the bad qualities first and put them out of the way and start listing the good qualities in them. Expand on the objective look. You are looking at the personality, not the person. You are going further in, you are allowing yourself to say, he is like this, he is like that. When you do this process consciously, it is possible that you find that you are no longer as aggressive as you had always been. And with the objectivity maintained, see your dveshta in the light of this analysis and try to bring the good qualities again and emphasis in maintaining this objectivity. But if you think that they have no good quality, you have to try to open up your mind. You have to look again until you discover a positive quality. Don't be judgmental. The next step is to see your dveshta in the light of this analysis. See how justified or unjustified you are in the dislike. You have to change the quality of your feeling. You have to change the quality of the energy in your mind. It is not possible to attain the state of Adweshta when your mind is bogged down by its lower nature. You may use any of the yogic method like remembering Guru or Ishta and moving awareness from lower chakra to higher chakra, etc. And use a method that works for you and see that if you can raise your awareness higher from the tamasic to rajasic to sattvic. Now, when you come to this level, the next level, question is about you look at the personality again and what is the real nature of the person, not the external behavior, but the basic nature. You may realize that the person has ego, love, hate, compassion, anger, peace, everything. For that is the basic human blueprint. We all come with all these qualities in us, but for one reason or the other, different qualities get highlighted for different people at different times. The circumstances, the karmas all come into play and make us seem like what we are. Compassion and peace has to become more prominent. The negative qualities recede in the background. We should not get influenced by the gunas. We should try to purify our mind. Let go of the judgments. Let go of the negative impressions. You're only acknowledging that is not at all they are. You are not narrowing your mind to one quality you hate. You are taking a wider perspective. So now, even when they behave badly towards you, it becomes possible to be Adweshta. You may take the necessary steps the situation requires, but you do not harbor Dvesha. Once you see his deeper personality, develop the awareness and make the effort until you do see this Advaita in them. You have to keep working at raising the awareness, the wisdom, the emotions, the pranas until you see that everyone is same. Now, in the Chidakasha, from the Chidakasha, move to your Hridayakasha. There, the Jyoti, the inner flame in which all negative qualities have been eliminated and all positive qualities are fused into one. You no longer see their face or features, but you have seen the highest self. Feel the strengthening of the flame. Make the experience strong that no conflict cloud you. Feel the luminosity within. The whole world is this luminous flame. Connect with the prana shakti and see that it is uplifted. Feel the strength in your experience, the positive quality in the flame. Now slowly take a deep breath and feel the goodness, the auspiciousness, the upliftment, the contentment for both of you. And taking a deep breath, chant Om 3 times and the Shanti part. Om. 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 Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya sarvesham swastir bhavatu sarvesham shantir bhavatu सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. Listen to various sounds around you. Be aware of the state of the mind right now, which is full of positivity, upliftment, higher energy, and emotionally stable. You removed all the dveshta with that person, and you're going to smile at that person tomorrow and feel the friendliness with them. Palming. Cup your eyes. The vitality, heat, positivity, and let us strengthen this Adweshta Bhava. Hari Om Tat Sat. You may open your eyes with positivity. Hari Om Tat Sat.